Hey, welcome back to the channel. Daryl here, Hot Rods and Honey. And what I'm going to do today is we're going to work on getting these doors off so that we can check out and cut out some of the bad rusty metal on the bottom of the doors, across the skin, and then across the very bottom at the jambs. So stick around. It seems like everything on this truck is fighting me. I tried to pop these door hinges out. There's a pin and they're pretty much snugged at the top and the bottom, and the center is loose. So it's on the side of the truck. And so I tried to get some heat on them and also get some PB Blaster in there, and then use a pin driver and then whack it with the ball peen hammer. But they're not coming off. So I don't have a clamp that has a pin that can drive it out. At least I don't think I do. So what I'm gonna do is something just I'll go with the whole shotgun method and just take out the screws and bolts on the hinge side, on the truck side. So I did, and what I need to do was I used some heat and some PB Blaster. Finally got them out. They are tough, and I snapped off one, and I think that one's down here. So, as you see, there's no screws or bolts that are holding the hinge on, but what they did back in the 50s is they spot welded, they lined up the door and they hit it with a spot weld there and down here. And that's what's holding it on right now. This hinge spring catch is loose. That was interesting. I got that off, and where's the other piece? So it had a washer on the end, and high tech. It had a nail in there. I don't think that was from the factory, but I haven't taken off the driver's side yet, so we'll see what they have over there. So I guess I'm going to grind this little spot weld out, and I'll be able to lift this door off so that we can get everything on the bottom. It's very crusty, and I thought about buying a panel that is not the skin, but just this bottom panel, and I think it comes up, I don't know, maybe up to about here. But I think the majority of this panel is in pretty good shape. I'll have to look better when we take off the door, but it's mainly in this front section, like, I don't know, maybe 8-10 inches. And that's fine to put a patch in. So, I don't know. I think I'm gonna patch it since it's cheap. Okay, hopefully my angle grinder has a blade on it. Yep, it does. Let me get my safety glasses. Alright. And we need power. I should have just set this all up before I started this video, but sorry about that. Okay. Let me get you in here so we can see better. I'll do the bottom one first. And I hope I can get there. Yep. All right. Let's see how this goes. Now, gotta get a little bit different angle. Okay. That one's done. I think I'll use that same weld nib there. Same one there. When I put it back on to line it back up. And it's on both of those. All right, so now I can get at the bottom of the door. Let me set the door up on a stand and I'll get a close look at it, the bottom. Okay. Let's get in here closer so you can see. So we definitely need work here. And I'll probably have to cut out more of this, more of the skin that wraps around, weld in a patch, and then have the new patch wrap around. Same here. But the place that I'm most concerned about is this very bottom edge. And it's not bad. I mean, it's not terrible, it's not great, but it's manageable. Yeah, there's some body filler. Yep, so we'll cut that out. Try to clean it up. Get some rust reducer. And I think I feel some more body filler chunks down here. Yep, I guess that's what it is. But this section is pretty solid, at least that edge. It's the edge where it wraps with the skin. to cut out too much of this metal because there's a plate, an L-shaped plate that's embedded within the door. And I'm trying not to. Yeah. I should put on that full face shield. That's what I'm gonna do. Got me a little bit in the face. All right, let me finish doing this cutout and I'll get. Hey, it's the next day. I had enough grinding and cutting and noise and dust yesterday, so I took a break. So it's the next day. So let me just show you what I've accomplished. The door, of course. I have the rough cut pieces ready to bend and put in. This is going to be for the sill, and I got to put a 9-degree bend in that. And then this is going to get welded in, and we got to put a bend in that right at this point. So that's going to pinch that sill plate. And then on the other side, I missed this L bracket, so we want to keep the strength in this door. And I think that L bracket goes up beyond the hinge, I would guess. I can't see in there, and I haven't looked. But that should be okay. And I've got a little pinhole back there that I've got to fix. I'm gonna grind that out. But anyway, we got close. We got the rod out, and we are into good solid metal. Again, this one's gonna be the sill with a bend in it to go around the corner here. And then this is gonna be the skin, and that gets folded over. So I'm gonna work on that today. I'm not gonna show you the details because you've seen some metal fabricators that do typically the same stuff. What's the one guy's name? Fritz. Fritz's Fabrications. He's really good, and I've learned a lot from him. So I'm going to do that a little bit later. We got a little bit of schmoo on the door skin. You remember this crease that goes across there? It looks like something got whacked the door and put a crease in it. I can't get a hammer and dolly on the inside of the door in order to tap that out. So I pulled it out as much as I can. And so we're gonna go back to the body filler. I mean, this whole skin is gonna get a skim over. But I ordered 120 grit sandpaper for my 7-inch disc sander. And this is a 6-inch, and it's not good enough. It's just because of this edge is getting torn up. I don't want to mess up the hook, this pad that has the hook on it. So we're gonna do everything with the 120 disc. What you can see, I got the back and part of the roof finished. I checked out this rear corner on the passenger side, and it is in good shape. There is underneath, there's a little bit of a rust there. That'll get taken out. Behind the cab that is going to be enclosed by the box end, that's going to be hidden. But everything has been. I got the surface rust off, and I treated it with OSPO, which is the acid etcher and protector. So that removes rust as well as adds a layer of protection. So around the rear window is looking good. That's going to be sanded, a little bit more. But at this point, I've used these these 80 grit discs from the Death Grinder, and I have a nick in my finger right at the knuckle, and which caught me, and that hurts. So I had placed these rubber gloves on, but it still cut through there, and luckily my hand was clean enough that I didn't get too much dirt in there. I got it cleaned off as quick as I could. So we're gonna do a little bit of welding today. We're gonna weld in these side brackets. We're gonna hold off on putting the tank in because that's just not ready. So I wanna get those brackets welded in place and get that stuff out of the way, all my plumbing, and I don't want to get that, messed up. So that's gonna be a little bit later. And I got the driver's side door stripped. Found a patch that's got to be done, and of course on the sill it is not terribly bad, but from snow and debris and collection of dirt in there, that rots out quickly. I ordered a cab corner on the driver's side. This is all body filler, but that's going to get cut out. So I think the panel that I bought from CJ Pony comes up to about here and then down, or maybe it comes over further. I don't know. It'll be here in a few days. But the one disappointing thing that I had with this driver's side door is I could not get the hinges loosened. The top and bottom hinges, each of those screw bolts are in tight. I've used heat, I've used PB Blaster, and I could not get them out. And I was using a wrench gripping onto the screwdriver. So now my screwdriver's really chewed up, but my thought was to go, I think Harbor Freight has these Phillips tips that will fit into an impact wrench. So going from a 1/2 inch impact bit tip to the Phillips head, I might give that a try. I just don't want to strip out the head or snap the bolt off. So, on the passenger side, they're fine. They came out pretty easily, which I would think that the driver's side would be the same. But, I did snap that one off. So, all right, so that's where we're at. We're going to do some welding today. Again, fuel tank, those cross members, and I may even work on this battery tray. I'm still undecided which side it's going to go on, and we're going to get these patches on the skin. I cut the piece just a little bit longer because I couldn't get a real accurate measurement. So my plan is to get it as close as possible by just grinding the one end off. It's pretty close now, but it's, I'll grind off the one end a little bit. And I want to try to keep this bar sort of low, but I don't want to interfere with the differential. So I may have to keep it higher than I anticipated, just so we have clearance here. We've got, I don't know, 5-6 inches clearance of the differential. So the plan is, weld this bar in on each side. The shock mount will, this will be the top shock mount, and then the shock will come in at an angle to this. So, yeah, that's the plan. All right, I'm gonna grind this off that it'll be snug, hopefully snug. And I'm gonna wait until I get the shocks so that I don't screw myself. It may have to go at a slight tilt because depending on the angle that it's coming off of the bottom mount, we just want to make sure that we can match that and make sure things are parallel, the top bracket with the bottom. So I'll grind that down and let me get started on the door patches. And what else? I guess that was it for today. We were working on the shocks, and I did get the shocks in yesterday. So I think they're going to be ready to get mounted and put the cross member for the upper mounting points. But we're jumping around here. We were able to get the driver's side door off, and I did that. Harbor Freight. I used this Phillips bit, this thickest bit, and it's a 1/2-inch drive. So I got it off. It was easy. I just didn't have the right tool for it. So we got that door off, and it seems like the door is sprung a little bit on the bottom hinge. I don't know if the hinge mount point is let's see, pointed this way more, or the plane is that way, or that the hinges are tweaked. But here's the driver's door, and sure enough, this door got tweaked at one time. So we got it off. We got both doors off. I've been working on, I put patches on the passenger door. There's a patch here, a plate, and filled that up. I painted it with self-etching primer. And then this has a patch there as well. Also on the bottom, the sill, it's not in terrible shape, but I did have to put a patch here. And there's a small patch here, so I think that's gonna be okay. Now getting over to the driver's door, the outer skin is a little bit better condition. And also this passenger door had that big crease. Couldn't do anything about that. The driver's door, down at the front bottom corner, it's got some rot. So I'm gonna put a little patch in there. I'll clean that out. It's got a couple small pinholes coming through. So I've got to patch those. But the worst part is on the sill on the driver's side. It has a lot of bad stuff. So I decided with this door, and there's a little bit more. I decided with this door, I ordered an inner door bottom, and that's this inner section. The outer skin is gonna stay, but I do have to peel this. You know, this is a folded over lip from the outer skin, and that pinches the inner panel. So I'm gonna flip this over, and I'll be working on that. And up along here, it's not too bad. It has surface rust, but it's not through. So that's the worst part of this door. I'll be working on that. There's a lot to do. I got a lot going on. So the doors are, I assessed those. The body around the doors, the jambs, the fronts look okay. On the passenger side, this looks fine. Looks like there was a little patch there at one time. On the rocker, that's solid. On the passenger side, this is that patch that I put in on the floor. I have to get some seam sealer in here. On the driver's side, the rocker isn't in the best of shape. It's not awful, but we have to get this the weather stripping guide off of there. We got a little bit of surface rust on the bottom of the door jamb in the back, and we got some stuff that's coming through here. So this side is gonna need a little bit more work, but it's not in terrible shape. It's gonna all get stripped anyway, down to bare metal. So that's kind of what's happening now. I really have to get this transmission and engine mated so that I can set it in and see how far back it's gonna go, if I've got to do a cutout on the firewall or not. But I need to make sure that the bracket, the radiator core bracket is going to fit in there with clearance from the front of the engine to the fan. But I just haven't done it yet. And then once that's we determine how far back the engine's got to go, we either have to move those engine mounts or not. But I have a feeling we will be moving them. I just tacked them in there temporarily. So there we are. So I think that's it for this video. I'll be having a follow-on video of how the progress of these doors are going, and the setting up the engine and transmission, and also the shocks. But basically wanted to just give you an idea of how involved the bodywork is, and it's just a lot of work. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it or learned something from it. If you have any comments or questions or concerns, just bleep them down on the comment section, and I'll be happy to return your messages. And I appreciate you all watching. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.